Hey guys, so today I'm going to be making a really simple recipe for bread. I thought this would be really good for breakfast or lunch, dinner or anything you like, and it's a really simple recipe, so I thought it would be really easy for you guys. But first, what I just want to say is this boy, unfortunately, sadly, he died of cancer, and in our school they're trying to do lots of things to raise money for him. But me and my friends thought we would try think of something and try and raise lots of money for cancer research. And I thought of doing lots of bakery products and selling them, so then we can raise lots of money by doing that. And I'm going to be doing a video soon about that, and I'm going to be time-lapsing and what I'm going to be doing and what I'm going to be baking, all types of stuff. So that's hopefully should go well. And without further ado, let's start this bread. So if you have a KitchenAid, guys, please use a KitchenAid, because we're going to have to be kneading this bread for around 10ish minutes, and the KitchenAid will help so much. So you guys will be needing 500 grams of strong white flour, some extra to dust, 12 grams of yeast, and these should be dry. You'll need a teaspoon of salt, some lukewarm water. If you don't know what that means, it basically means your own body temperature water, some olive oil. You'll need some cling film and a cloth to put around it for later. So what we've done, we've added a salt to one side and the yeast to the other. A trick for this is, do not add them directly together, because it will reduce the time of the bread rising while it's somewhere warm. So you need to separate them, but when it mixes in, it should be alright. So now we're going to mix this just for 30 seconds to get that all combined. For when you put the water in, I'm going to add a little bit of oil in my water. First of all for the taste, and second of all it will give it a little bit of a better texture for the bread when it's cooking. You will just need around about a tablespoon, and as you see it just turns into bubbles, and you don't really need to mix it in because it's just going to end up acting like this again. So I'm just going to go and pour this in very slowly. If I were you, I would do half, and then I'll do half again, and then I'll do half again of that amount of water you have, because you do not want to put too much water and it will end up being too liquidy and it will completely fail. So do not add it all at once, because every time you make it, you will need a different amount of water. So now we're going to slowly add the water in. So as you guys saw, it was really come together as a ball. Now what we're going to do is lightly surface our area with some strong white bread flour. And this is our dough. And obviously if you have any excess dough left in the bowl, just scrape it out with your hands. And if there's still flour, it doesn't matter, that could still add on top of this dough. Do not put the bowl in the sink and put water in it so it can get easier to wash, because you still need the bowl. So put it to the side for later. So this is our dough now. I need to take any bands, any jewellery off, therefore it will be easier to work with. And as you see, it is come together really well, and we're going to have to be kneading this for around 10 minutes. I prefer doing it 5 minutes with the machine and then 5 minutes with my hand, so then I know that it should be 100% done. So this is our dough. All I'm trying to do now is get any excess dough from before into it, and any excess flour. Personally, I think this might need a little bit more water because it seems a little bit dry to me. So I'm gonna go ahead, mix it in the machine for 5 minutes, get it out, and then knead it with my hand for 5 minutes. What What on earth is going on? Oh my god, looks like a tornado! Bloody hell! Oh my god! It's all go to the bottom! As you see, my KitchenAid has gone wild. I don't know if you can see, but it's shaking like mad. Literally, and this dough is just flying everywhere. But don't worry about that, guys. What is going on? Oh my god. I'm not sure if you saw that in the time lapse, but look where my KitchenAid is, like, towards now. My KitchenAid, if I can turn it, was like this, facing me, and it ended up going to there while it was mixing. Oh my god. Let's see if it happens again. It's faster than this. So as you see, this is our dough, and we have our bowl here. We're going to be placing this into this bowl of ours, but first of all you will need some flour, and what I'm going to be doing, just flouring just the inside of this bowl. Just shake it about, just flour it. It's all nicely floured, and just a little bit at the top of the dough, just a little pinch. Therefore, because when this grows and gets at least double the size, it will be a little bit wet. So we have placed the dough in. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting this in for around 30 minutes until an hour, until it has doubled at least in size. If it hasn't, you can leave it in for longer, as long as it's doubled in size. So for the cling film and the cloth, we are going to be grabbing some cling film and get the bowl, and we have just covered it. And then we're going to get this off, put it aside, and we're going to be tightly closing this, leaving just a little bit of looseness, so when it grows you will see this should have grown with it. I'm just going to secure the edges so no air gets into it to disturb its growing. And the reason we have got a cloth is because the warmer the dough is, well, rising, the faster it will act. So what I tend to do is I tend to just cover it. Where's the handle? So this is our dough and this is our cloth. I'm going to just cover it like this, and just going to wrap it round like this. We're going to put this somewhere warm to rise for 30 minutes and then get it out. So what you need to do for the bread, while it is rising, that's the word, rising in our boiler room, I have preheated our oven just now onto 170 degrees, and it's going to be going, obviously it's going to be warming up for at least 30 to maybe an hour, minutes long. And what you will need in your oven is a tray with some water in. If you have a tray at home, put some water in and put it in the oven while it's preheating. Therefore it starts to create steam, and when you put your bread in it will cook and it won't have any like doughy bits in the centre, etc. So preheat your oven now, and hopefully it should be warm and all steamy for when you want to put your bread in. So what we've done now is I've got some parchment paper or some greaseproof paper, and I have just placed it on this large baking tray. So you could grease the bottom of it to make it stay, but I don't really think you need to. You just do like this, and then what I'm going to be doing is sprinkling a little bit of flour just on the tray. So let me show you. Like this. I don't know if you can see. I'm just going to be spreading the flour evenly everywhere so it should not stay. This should be very easy and it's very simple. So that's what you need to do next. So this has doubled in size. I don't know if you can see, you can just see the top, but it has clearly doubled in size. I want to give you a very it's a tip. When you have your bowl, do not get it on the table and smash it on the table. I've done that once and all the air goes and you've literally just wasted about half an hour, and you need to like leave it to rise again. It will be literally no problem. So when you put it down, gently, because all the air will come out. Then you remove this cling film. So remove it and keep it somewhere just in case if your baking tray is around that size, so then you can just put that on there. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be gently just trying to grab it from the bottom, go through the sides to keep as much air as I can, grabbing it from the bottom and bringing it. Obviously there's flour there, and I'm just going to be leaving it. This is our dough now. Like, this is very full of air. You can just feel it's all light and everything. Obviously that's the flour, don't worry about that. What we want to be doing to keep most of that air in is we're just going to be doing, because this is kind of the bottom of it and this is the top. What we want to be doing, just bending this to close it, give it a close to keep in as much air we can. And don't worry, because most of it goes out. You've still got some and it'll be rising again. So you might think some of that's gone, but it has. But do not worry, because it'll be rising again. And you've got flour, if it might not stick, it's because it's dry, but it should be alright. And what I'm going to be doing now is just giving this lots of different shapes and patterns, and I'll be showing you at the end how it will look like. The only reason I'm not showing you how and what I'm doing is because I'm making a part 2 video for you guys for next week to show you how to shape it and how to like shape and make, and yeah, that's it, and pattern it basically. So these are our final doughs, and obviously you can see what I've done here is a plait in a circle, and it looks so pretty. It's amazing, and I have made a baguette obviously for you guys to know how to do it and how it's gonna look after. So these are going to be cooking for around 30 to 40 minutes until they're golden brown. But first of all, before we put it in the oven, these are going to be rising for 30 minutes at least, because they will double in size. Second, they will get loads of air into them and bubbles, and it will make the texture better when you eat it. And thirdly, because it will look bigger and it looks like the amount of dough was more. So that's the reasons why. So we're going to leave this to rise for 30 minutes. Don't forget guys, put your cling film either back on it or get another piece of cling film so it doesn't go dry and all funny on the top. So I have just brought these out of our boiler room, if I can get this cling film off, and they have at least doubled in size. and they look really, really, really nice. What I'm going to be doing is grabbing some flour. You could egg them, but then I personally don't like to do that. I like to just get a little bit of flour and just sprinkle and smudge it in, and then you have cracks of flour and it'll make it look really pretty. Obviously, by smudging it in, if I can do that. So these are going to be cooking, I've said this loads of times, 30 to 40 minutes in our oven at 170 degrees. So I think I said 160, I'm not sure. So let these cook and bring them out when they're golden brown. So this is how they look, and they look amazing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into a cloth, and I'm going to just wrap them up in cloth so they don't get all hard and all cold. You want them to stay all nice and warm and soft in the middle. A trick to know if your bread is done or not is turn it over and see if it sounds hollow. Put that by your ear and it should sound hollow, and do the same with this one. This one seems really good, and obviously it's not like cake to put a what's it called, a toothpick or anything inside there to see whether it is cooked or not. But the smell in this kitchen is amazing of this bread, and obviously this baguette has gone a little bit wider, but it's really good because you can just cut it from the side or even from here and put anything you like inside, salad with chicken or ham or whatever you like, and it will be amazing. If I let you in a little secret of mine, every time I bake something I always end up burning myself. What did I do? I burnt myself. So I just got some ice and just wrapped it to my hand, so when I video it's easier for me. I've never actually done this like before, but I don't know if you can see, but that little red mark there, you're probably thinking like that's hardly not painful, but it's not stinging like hell, but it's alright. But it's just the way I put the plastic bag makes me laugh so much. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and there will be obviously a part 2 coming next week, and hopefully you guys will like that one too. So please try and make these breads at home and see how they turn out, what your family and friends think, because they all think it's brilliant, especially this one. It's really warm right now and it will be delicious inside. So please give it a try at home, and I really hope you find this really useful, and I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and put a comment for what I should do for next time, or tell me if you've made them. If you have Instagram, follow me on Instagram or Snapchat, send me a picture and tell me how it went, what do you think and how it tastes like. So please give this video a thumbs up, I've said that a million times, and a comment, and please subscribe to my channel. Bye guys! I'm not sure if you guys can see, but the inside where all those chocolate chips are just melted hiding under there. The icing is melting a little bit because it's not warm, it's just, I don't know, it's just melting a bit. Probably because it's not been in the fridge, I had to take it out because it was stiffening, so. But this looks amazing. I need to try a little bit of this.